So, did this really just happen? Was this just a simple career move for Hope Logan? Or did she just fire the first shot in a war that's going to leave the whole Logan legacy in ruins? I've been sitting here for hours just replaying the scenes in my head because there is so much to unpack. Honestly, I'm still trying to catch my breath. We all knew a secret was brewing, right? The writers have been teasing this for what feels like forever. But seeing it actually go down on screen? It was so much messier than I ever imagined. Can the perfect daughter ever really be forgiven for stabbing her mother in the back like this? I mean, think about it. Brooke was out there fighting like a lioness for Hope. And the whole time, Hope was plotting an escape. It's wild, isn't it? Let's really dive into this nuclear fallout that just changed everything on The Bold and the Beautiful. The whole thing started in such a soap opera way. Brooke decides to make one of her classic unannounced visits to Donna's house. Seriously, why do these characters never call ahead? They just show up. And of course the door is cracked open. Or maybe the walls are just made of paper because Brooke hears everything. She hears Hope letting out this massive heavy sigh of relief. And then the words come out. The words that are going to shatter this family into a million pieces. Hope tells Donna that she did it. She officially signed the contract with Logan Designs. She's jumped ship. She's left Forrester Creations to go work for Katie and Bill. But wait, it gets even worse. Brooke doesn't just find out her daughter defected to the enemy camp. She realizes Donna knew. Donna, the sweet peacemaker who just wants everyone to eat honey and be happy, has been hiding this earth-shattering secret for weeks. Can you imagine the look on Brooke's face? The absolute shock and the pure horror of it all? Think about where Brooke's head was at. For weeks, she's been running around Forrester like a person who's lost their mind, trying to save Hope's line. She literally tried to stage a corporate coup. She tried to convince Ridge to make her co-CEO just so she could shove Steffi aside and give Hope a production date. She put her marriage on the line. She screamed at Steffi. She did all of this because she truly believed she was fighting for Hope's future at Forrester. But the funny thing is, Hope had already made her choice. She had already moved on. And Donna was helping her hide it. Now, maybe I'm being a little too hard on Donna. She was in a tough spot, right? She promised to keep a secret. She knew it was a bad idea, but what was she supposed to do? Betray her niece? Betray Katie? But to Brooke, this isn't just a secret. This is treason. It's the ultimate stab in the back from the people she loves most. So what does Brooke do? She does what she does best. She doesn't knock. She doesn't ask for an explanation. She just bursts through that door like an explosion, tears already streaming down her face. She is furious. She looks at Hope like she doesn't even recognize her own child. The accusations start flying immediately. Brooke starts screaming about family legacy. She tells Hope she's destroying everything they built just because her pride was wounded by Steffi. And let's be real for a second, is Brooke entirely wrong? I mean, Hope is definitely acting out of wounded pride. Steffi has been awful. She's been smug and petty and dictatorial. She told Hope her line had no start date and that couture was the only thing that mattered. She told Hope to be patient, and Hope just refused to wait. But hearing Brooke say it, hearing her mother accuse her of ruining the family, that was the match that lit the whole powder keg. This is where things got really interesting. Hope isn't that sweet, submissive little girl anymore. She's got a backbone now. She's got teeth, and she bared them right back at her mother. She didn't just defend her choice. She went straight for the jugular. She looked Brooke dead in the eye and told her this was all her fault. She called Brooke a coward. I actually gasped when I heard that. But think about it from Hope's perspective. She's watched Brooke bend over backwards to appease Ridge for years. She's begged Brooke to stand up for her. But every single time Ridge sides with Steffi. He refused to give Brooke that co-CEO job and Brooke just took it. She accepted defeat because she didn't want to lose her destiny. Hope is just sick of being the collateral damage and Brooke's desperate need to keep Ridge happy. She told Brooke she had to go somewhere where she's actually valued. Somewhere where she isn't just an afterthought in Steffi's power games. And let's look at what Bill and Katie are offering her. They're offering her the world. Liam was the one who really pushed her to do it. Katie handed her the contract. Bill even brought Wyatt back to LA to handle the marketing. They're building an empire over at Logan. And Hope wants to be the crown jewel. Honestly, can you blame her? Why should she stay at Forrester and let Steffi torture her? Why should she wait for Zen's designs to just sit on a shelf while Steffi gloats? Zende is already having a meltdown over this, by the way. He told Carter he feels sidelined. If Hope leaves, Zende might be the next one to walk. The whole company could crumble. And Brooke is standing there in that living room realizing she has completely lost control. But the betrayal with Donna is what makes it so messy. Brooke turns all that wrath on her sister, and you can just see Donna shrinking into the couch. Donna has been the glue for so long. She's been dealing with Eric's distress, Katie's ambition, and Brooke's delusions. Eric is already a mess because he feels like he abandoned Katie. And now Donna has to watch her sisters rip each other to shreds in her own house. Brooke feels like a total fool. She feels like everyone was laughing at her behind her back, while she was out there fighting a losing battle. And honestly, Steffi probably is laughing. She's sitting in that CEO chair, probably thinking she's won. But when she finds out she just lost her lead designer, oh, the smugness is going to turn into a total meltdown. I just don't know how they come back from this. The Logan sisters are fractured. Katie is off building a fashion army with Bill and Wyatt. Hope has completely severed the umbilical cord. She's her own woman now, making ruthless business moves even if it breaks her mother's heart. And the fans? People are taking sides everywhere. Some people are cheering because Hope finally grew a spine. Others are calling her a brat who's throwing a tantrum. But this feels different than the usual soap drama. Feels permanent. Hope didn't just threaten to leave, she signed the paper. The ink is dry. What were they thinking? Who actually believes this ends well? Bill is probably in his office right now rubbing his hands together like a villain. He loves this. He loves sticking it to Ridge, and now he has Ridge's stepdaughter on the payroll. And then there's the Wyatt factor. He's back. And Shauna Fulton just strolled into the office to crash the party. Who knows what kind of chaos she's going to bring? Maybe she'll go after Ridge again while Brooke is distracted by this family war. Remember the Vegas wedding ghost? That could come back to haunt Brooke at her lowest point. I keep thinking about that moment Brooke walked in. The devastation was real. She really thought she was protecting Hope in her own twisted way. She thought she was being a good mother, but she was actually suffocating her. Hope finally broke free, but at what cost? The family is at war. Let's zoom out for a second. Brooke has always needed to be the center of the universe. Katie called her out on it recently, saying Brooke's needs always came first. And now Brooke is doing it to Hope. She's making Hope's career decision all about her. Her legacy, her fight with Steffi, her marriage. She isn't seeing that Hope was drowning under Steffi's thumb. But Hope isn't innocent either. She's playing a dangerous game by jumping into business with Bill Spencer. Bill doesn't care about artistic vision. He cares about crushing Forrester. He wants to use Hope as a weapon to humiliate Ridge. Is Hope really going to be valued at Logan? Or is she just a shiny new toy for Bill to parade around? And what about Liam? He's the one who planted this seed. He wanted Hope away from the toxicity of Forrester. But now that the family is literally tearing itself apart, is he going to stand by her? Or is he going to do the classic Liam waffle? The second things get hard. Poor Kelly is caught in the middle of this too. The kids always sense the hostility. It's just a disaster waiting to happen on every front. I'm exhausted just watching them, but I can't look away. The raw emotion, the screaming, the years of resentment finally bubbling up. It's tragic and messy, but it's peak soap opera. But wait, there's a huge problem that nobody seems to be talking about enough. The hiatus mistake. Hope told Brooke she was just taking a hiatus. She didn't officially resign from Forrester Creations. Do you realize what that means? She's technically under 2 contracts right now. This is a massive legal blunder. If she didn't resign, she might not be allowed to take her designs to another company. Steffi is definitely going to use this. She'll claim that anything Hope draws belongs to Forrester. It's a total mess. Hope walked out of that office, looking at the mannequins like she was saying goodbye to her past, but she might have just signed her future away too soon. She wanted to stand up for herself, but she might have tripped over the legal fine print. And the drama isn't just at the top. The younger generation is losing it too. Will Spencer and RJ Forrester? That is getting ugly fast. Will gave RJ a low blow punch to the ribs. RJ is beyond furious. He's been whining to Ridge and Steffi to get Will fired. And honestly it worked. RJ personally told Will to pack his bags. But Will doesn't seem to care. He called it a love tap. He's got that Spencer arrogance, and he's more focused on his reunion with Elektra. They're even talking about moving in together. But RJ isn't going to let this go. He feels humiliated, and he wants Will gone for good. It's like a mini version of the war between their fathers. Then we have Bill's plan for the HFTF diamond. He wants to use that jewel to give Logan Designs instant legitimacy. He knows that diamond is iconic. If he can get his hands on it, it's a huge middle finger to the Forresters. Liam is actually worried about this. He thinks Bill is getting too obsessed with revenge. He's afraid it's going to backfire and put Hope in the crosshairs. And he's probably right. Bill's ego has always been his biggest weakness. He's so focused on beating Ridge that he might burn the whole thing down. And don't forget about Zende. He's sitting over at Forrester feeling completely sidelined. Hope even mentioned him during the blowout. She asked why she should stay while Steffi lets Zende's talent go to waste. There are major rumors that Zende might be the next one to jump ship. If he follows Hope to Logan, he could become the lead designer. It would be a huge promotion. But the Forresters would label him a traitor forever. Would he really do it? Would he turn his back on Eric for a chance to shine at Logan? And speaking of Eric, he's caught in the middle of this because of Donna. He's already stressed out about the fashion war, and now he finds out his own wife was keeping secrets for the other side. This could create the first real crack in Eric and Donna's marriage. Eric feels like he's already failed Katie, and now he's losing Hope too. The Logans used to be a united front, but now they're scattered. Brooke is at Forrester, Katie and Hope are at Logan, and Donna is trapped in the middle trying to keep everyone from exploding. How will Steffi react when she discovers Hope's secret contract? That's exactly what it feels like watching The Bold and the Beautiful right now. We've all seen those moments where a character walks right into a trap, but this is on a whole different level. Steffi Forrester thinks she's finally won. She's been sitting in that big CEO chair, looking down her nose at the Logans, and probably feeling pretty good about herself. She dangled that timeline for Hope's line like a carrot for weeks. She probably enjoyed watching Hope squirm just a little bit too much. But here's the thing about being arrogant, it makes you blind. It makes you miss the ground shifting right under your feet. While Steffi was busy playing Queen of the Office, Hope was busy signing her life away to the competition. Now we have to ask, how is Steffi going to handle it when she realizes she basically handed Bill Spencer the keys to destroy her family? Let's really break down how this mess started. It's a classic case of someone being too controlling for their own good. Steffi didn't just put Hope for the future on hold. She psychologically toyed with Hope. She told her to be patient while she actively dismantled everything Hope worked for. In my opinion, Steffi didn't actually want Hope to leave Forrester. She wanted Hope to stay there and be a second-class citizen. She wanted a Logan she could control. But she pushed too hard. She pushed Hope right into the arms of Katie and Bill. This is the ultimate be careful what you wish for moment. Steffi wanted Hope out of her way, and now she's got her wish, but Hope is coming back as the enemy. Can you imagine the look on Steffi's face when she finds out? It's going to be absolute nuclear fallout. But there's a huge problem that nobody seems to be talking about enough. It's what I call the hiatus trap. Hope tried to play it safe. She didn't officially quit. She told her mom she was just taking a hiatus to figure things out. Why do you think she did that? On the surface, it looks like a half-lie to protect Brooke's feelings. But if you dig deeper, it's really about fear. Even when Hope is trying to be a rebel, she's still scared to let go of the Forrester name. But here's the kicker, because she's on hiatus, she's now legally stuck under 2 contracts at the same time. This is a massive, glaring mistake. When Steffi finds out, she isn't just going to be mad. She's going to call every lawyer she knows. She's going to try to own Hope's future before it even starts. Do you think Hope realized she was walking into a legal nightmare? Think about how Steffi is going to feel the second she sees that contract. She's going to feel a weird sense of triumph. Why? Because she knows the fine print. If Hope is still technically a Forrester employee, then anything she designs for Logan Designs might actually belong to Forrester. Steffi is a shark in the boardroom. She'll go from a screaming match to a legal injunction in 5 seconds. She's going to try to stop Hope from ever putting a dress on a runway for Bill Spencer. It's a power move that just screams, Forrester ego. Steffi doesn't just want to win. She wants to erase the competition. But let's look at the emotional side for a second. Steffi has a lot of hidden insecurity. She's spent her whole life trying to prove she's better than Hope. If Logan Designs actually takes off, it proves that Steffi isn't the only one who matters. That's a really bitter pill for her to swallow. I think her anti-Logan rants are just a defense mechanism. She has to believe the Logans are failures because if they aren't, then she isn't as special as she thinks. She needs them to fail so she can feel safe. Isn't that just a classic case of someone needing to be the only one at the top? And then we have Bill Spencer. Bill is obsessed with beating Ridge. He's not even hiding it anymore. He's talking about using the Hope for the Future diamond to give his new company instant fame. Think about what that diamond represents. It's a symbol of Hope's success at Forrester. For Bill to snatch it and parade it around? That's going to send Steffi into a total tailspin. She'll see it as a literal theft of her family's identity. Bill isn't just building a company. He's building a middle finger to the Forresters. And Steffi is the one who has to stand there and watch it happen. I honestly disagree with how the Forresters are handling all this. They're treating a major business move like a high school breakup. If Steffi were a real visionary, she would have kept Hope happy. Instead, she let her personal grudge get in the way. Now she's facing a rival house backed by Bill Spencer's millions. Steffi thinks she's fighting her stepsister, but she's actually fighting a shark who smells blood in the water. Does she even realize how much trouble she's in? Now let's talk about the psychological layer of that hiatus lie. Hope told Brooke she was taking a break to figure things out, but the ink was already dry on the Logan contract. This tells me Hope is still looking for a way to be the good girl, while she's doing something bad. She wanted her mom to fight for her, but Brooke couldn't beat Steffi, so Hope snapped. It's a classic case of betrayal being used as a way to find independence. But Steffi? She won't see it that way. She'll just see it as Logan's being sneaky. It just reinforces everything she hates about Brooke's family. To Steffi, this isn't a career move. It's a character flaw. This whole situation is escalating so fast. We've got the kids getting involved now, too. RJ Forrester and Will Spencer are basically having a ground war. Will punched RJ right in the gut. Can you believe that? RJ is furious. He's whining to Ridge and Steffi to get Will fired. And honestly, it worked. RJ personally told Will to pack his bags. But Will doesn't seem to care. He called it a love tap. He's got that Spencer arrogance. He's more focused on his reunion with Elektra. But RJ isn't going to let this go. He feels humiliated. It's like a mini version of the war between their fathers. Is this just history repeating itself with the next generation? I really think Steffi is going to launch a full-scale legal blockade. She's going to look for those non-compete clauses. Imagine the scene. Hope is ready for her first big fashion show at Logan, and Steffi walks in with a team of lawyers to shut the whole thing down. That's the kind of high-stakes drama we live for, right? Steffi doesn't just want to beat Hope. She wants to bury her. It's about total dominance. She wants to be the only queen in town. What do you guys think? Is Hope right to call Brooke a coward? I mean, it was harsh, but was it true? And do you think Bill is actually going to let Hope lead? Or is he just using her? I'm honestly so curious to see how Steffi reacts when she realizes Hope didn't just take a break, but actually joined the competition. There are so many questions. Is Wyatt going to stick around and design jewelry? Is Shauna going to cause a divorce between Brooke and Ridge? And what about that HFTF diamond? It feels like the whole show is on the verge of a total reset. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are you Team Logan or Team Forrester? Do you think Hope made the right move for her career? Or did she just ruin her life? This is the kind of drama that keeps us coming back, right? It's messy, it's emotional, and it's about to get even crazier. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications, because we're going to be breaking this down every single day as the fallout continues. You don't want to miss a single second of this fashion war. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I'm going to go get some more coffee and try to process all of this. I'll see you in the next one.